Holmes. Holmes, will you stop that? You are utterly mad. Stop, Holmes!
Is that you, Watson?
Yes, of course it is. And you almost killed me.
Nonsense. I was aiming for the vases.
Blindfolded?
Watson, quiet, please. I'm trying to concentrate. Ah, Lestrade. What is it this time?
He can see me. Well, here it is, and it's a good one, Mr. Holmes. A gentleman by the name of Peter Carey, also known as Black Peter, has been murdered.
A sailor, most probably.
What happened here?
Oh, Mr. Holmes, how could you?
It's the only exercise I've had all week. A grateful client from Limoges sent me a vase collection this morning. I couldn't think of a better use for it.
You're out of your mind.
I missed 4 out of 10.
Given you were blindfolded, that was very good. Can I have a try?
Am I the only sane one here?
I suppose that Watson is right, Inspector. A little brain work would be preferable now. Do please tell us more about Black Peter.
Peter Carey, born in 1845 and 50 years old. An ambitious sort, he achieved much success in seal and whale hunting around Scandinavia. Retired in 1884 with a small fortune. He invested his money in a property called Woodman's Lee, near Forest Row in Sussex. It was where he lived for 6 years, and where he was found dead yesterday.
Has the investigation already begun?
Yes and no. In fact, this crime is so mysterious that I would prefer you to join me down there.
Give me half an hour to prepare, Inspector.
Take your time and join me there. I have to go through the yard first. The Medi Men struck again.
What have they done this time?
They robbed a powder reserve. I'll meet you at Woodman's Lee, Mr. Holmes.
I should help Mrs. Hudson here. I also have several appointments that I must keep this afternoon.
I shall go alone, then. I cannot leave yet. I am not finished here. My archive. I can always consult with it. This is where I keep my archive. I can always...
Oh, what a mess! What a terrible mess!
I cannot leave yet. I am not finished.
You go along to Peter Carey's house. Mrs. Hudson and I will take care of the mess.
My analysis table. It is... My archive. I can always...
Mr. Holmes, I'm over here. Come.
Mr. Holmes? It seems that the garden was well maintained.
Inspector Lestrade, when will you...
As soon as we can, Mrs. Carey, I assure you. Allow me to introduce you to... I'll wait for you in front of the cabin, Mr. Holmes.
My condolences.
Thank you, Mr. Holmes.
Madam.
At 2 o'clock in the morning, I heard a terrible scream. But I thought nothing of it then. He would scream all the time when he was drunk.
Do you remember
In the morning, at around 10 o'clock, I dared to glance in through the door and... Oh, dear.
The garden is very...
It is true, there is a lot of work, but my husband took care of it himself.
Can you please tell me?
Well, Peter got drunk in the evening. He was in such a terrible temper. Usually, whenever that happened, he'd stay all night drinking in his cabin before passing out.
Was your husband accustomed to receiving visitors?
Oh, no, I don't think so. I mean, he didn't really have many friends. He lived quite an isolated life here, after his retirement.
You have indeed suffered a great loss.
Yes.
He was different, wasn't he, when you first met him upon your return from Plymouth?
Yes, Mr. Holmes. Oh, my goodness, but how do you know about that?
You have indeed suffered...
Yes.
He was different, wasn't he, when you first met him upon your return from Plymouth?
Yes, Mr. Holmes. Oh, my goodness, but how do you know about that?
Never mind. You have indeed...
Yes.
He was different, wasn't he, when you first met him upon your return from Plymouth?
Yes, Mr. Holmes. Oh, my goodness, but how do you know about that?
You undertook a pilgrimage to the Cathedral of Santiago de Compostela when you were young. That much is evident from the rosary in your hand. The shortest route for the pilgrim from England to Spain is from Plymouth. I believe that you met Peter Carey as a young sailor there, and you married him soon afterwards.
That is indeed what happened, Mr. Holmes. How extraordinary.
Thank you, madam. Mr. Holmes? It seems that the garden was well maintained.
Peter Carey's body is inside the cabin. We took care not to touch anything.
Mr. Holmes?
The door is locked.
Wait just a moment, Mr. Holmes, and I'll open it.
Ah,
Hello, hello, hello.
what is it, Lestrade?
It seems to me that someone has tried to force it, Mr. Holmes.
Let me see.
Peter Carey's body is inside the cabin.
These scratches are fresh. You're right. Someone tried to force open the door.
I swear these scratches were not here yesterday.
Our mysterious visitor came here last night.
Well, he's not the man for the job. This lock is not a difficult one.
Perhaps he did not have the right tool. What a terrible way to die. Someone drank from this glass recently. Rum. A sailor's drink. It seems that Captain Carey... The initials PC have been... This aroma is familiar. curious. This is a coarse tobacco, quite strong and very popular among sailors. The weapon fully penetrated. Peter Carey was fully dressed. He was not... JHN. The pat. This wooden handle is this blood is from... Peter Carey tried to defend himself with this. These abbreviations mean something, but what? This man is in his 50s. Peter Carey was impaled to the... Someone was here yesterday. They attempted to force the door. Old navigation instrument. Peter Carey's boots. They look... The ship's logs of the sea. The tooth of a sperm. This place is not covered with dust, like the rest of the shelf. An object was taken from here. It was larger. Dundee. Hammerfest. It's a whaling map. The Sea Unicorn. She was the ship that Peter Carey commanded. The ship's logs of the Sea Unicorn. The ship's logs of the Sea Unicorn for the years 1878 to 18...
Well, Mr. Holmes.
I think that...
And why?
Because of...
Your...
It is very probable that whoever came here hoped to find the door open. They...
Aha!
We shall remain on the outside, near the window, where we stand the best... This window is locked from the inside.
Mr. Holmes?
We need to find a good place for an ambush. Perhaps behind Carey's cabin, near the window.
This looks like the...
Shh! Did you hear that? There's someone there. I'm gonna collar him.
I'll be right behind you.
Police! Hold it right there. Mr. Holmes. All right, my fine fellow. Who are you and what...
You're detectives, I suppose. You imagine that I'm connected with the death of...
Innocence?
Shall I tell you? You came to retrieve what you had lost after killing Peter.
What is your...
John Hopley Nelligan, but I...
Do you deny...
No, but I...
I'm tired of this. Off we go.
What?
Enough.
But...
In light of recent events, it seems evident...
You are welcome, Inspector. But please...
Good morning, Mr. Holmes.
Good morning.
Ah, the young man. He's waiting.
Thank... Locked.
Mr. Holmes?
Does this notebook belong to you?
Yes. But...
What do these abbreviations...
Oh, no. I bet...
But I will find out eventually, Mr. Nelligan. The sea knife was found near Carey's body. Tell me...
I don't know.
Well, I will see you soon, young man.
Please let...
I need to stage a reconstruction. I am sure that... My analysis table. It is useful for my work. A spot of...
Are you
No, but we...
a reenact?
The sailor's knife.
Peter Carey attempted to
It is possible, but it...
I don't quite follow you.
Tell me, my friend, what...
Ah, I see what you're getting at, Holmes. You asked me that once before.
No,
Thank goodness for that.
I wish to impale one with a harpoon. Watson, let us pay a visit.
And the
One of the harpoons on... I need to take a harpoon with me. Peter Carey was impaled to the... That should do it.
Well, here we are.
To indulge myself in a little experiment. Stand aside, Watson. This might...
Holmes, you should aim for the mark in order to perform the most reliable test. Holmes, you should try to aim better. Holmes, I can't believe...
This is the best possible result that I could get. Do you see, Watson? Throwing a harpoon and pinning a man to a wall requires either exceptional strength and training or diabolical luck. Well...
All right. But before we go, I suppose I'll have to pay for all these carcasses you've happily mangled.
Very well, but please hurry.
Of course.
At your service.
What am I doing here? What?
Lock.
Good gracious, you caught someone. At least now... Good gracious, you caught someone. At least now you have a suspect.
Is this your husband's tobacco pouch?
I'm not sure. It might be, but he hadn't smoked in a very long time.
Your husband's private paper?
There was a small tin box, barely larger than a book. He kept his papers there. It should be somewhere in his cabin.
Thank you, madam. The ship's logs of the Sea Unicorn for the years 1878 to 18... These are the suspect's belongings. The notebook that we found on Peter Carey's cabin floor. These abbreviations. And partner, 1883. A handkerchief with the initials. A pocket knife.
What am I doing here? I've done nothing. What am I doing here? I've done nothing wrong.
Who could do
My analysis table. It is useful for my work. My archive. I can always consult. My archive. I can always consult with it if needed. A map of London. Brave Toby. The best nose in the British Empire.
Good gracious, you caught someone. At least now you have a suspect.
Mr. Holmes?
These are the suspect's belongings. From R. Dawson. To my friend, Dawson. I've seen this name before. That is not the one I need. 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 Here it is. Now I begin to understand that young man's story, but I am still... I have heard the story of Dawson and...
Yes. Joshua Nelly...
I am aware that it had a bad ending.
My father was under extraordinary pressure. My father was convinced that he could pay off all his debts if he left my mother a list of the securities he was taking.
Thank you for the story. The police seized this valuable ring from you.
I didn't steal it from anyone. It has always belonged to me.
The ring's date of engraving is many years ago. So, Mr.
The ring is mine.
So, Mr. Nelligan.
The ring is mine.
No, Mr. Nelligan.
Oh, but...
The jacket you are wearing is made of an expensive fabric. Furthermore, the garment is ill-fitting. It is quite clear that, with your father gone and taking with him the family's wealth, as a little boy you...
I'm speechless, Mr.
Interesting. Joshua Nelligan and Peter Carey were both at sea in Norway.
What am I doing here? I've done...
(1883). This is the crew list of the Sea Unicorn. This is the crew list of the log notes for June. Nothing unusual. Log notes for July. Nothing special. Log notes for August. There are 3 ways. Log notes for August.
Who could do such a thing?
Something new, Watson. I have the list of sailors who were aboard the Sea Unicorn. I have only to...
I think that if you pretend...
I doubt it, Watson. And really, I would prefer that...
And who might they be?
The secret...
Ah, you mean young...
Yes. Believe me, those children are everywhere.
How will you do that?
There is always a watch beneath... Watson, I need Wiggins. Is he anywhere nearby?
He's right across the street. You can give him a...
Wiggins, could you come upstairs, please?
At your service, Mr. Holmes.
Wiggins, I need you to track...
Big Oliver from our gang. He can, because his father is the coachman of...
Fascinating.
Sailors? Easy.
Sorry to trouble you, Mr. Holmes, but the inspector asks that you come to the station as soon as possible.
Thank you.
Mr. Holmes, I'm glad to see you.
As always.
We have a new suspect, Liam...
Interest?
Well, the constable that I...
Do you have him here?
Yes.
Let us...
Oh, yes, and one more thing. Of course. It's in the evidence room. At your disposal. Admit that for once, Mr. Holmes, Scotland Yard is a step ahead of you, eh?
Breathtaking. These are the suspect's belongings. Liam Hurtley's old boots. The stains are fresh. They can be... A pen. Nothing unusual about it. I need to prepare a chemical agent that is capable of removing First condition, all 7 reagents should be used. Second condition, orange reagent should be the third one in the sequence after the blue reagent. Third condition, colorless reagent should be added after the orange reagent. No, something isn't right. I need to start the reaction from the beginning. First condition, all 7 reagents should be used. Second condition, orange reagent should be the third one in the sequence after the blue reagent. Third condition, colorless reagent should be added after the orange reagent. Done. Now I can... Let us see if the content of this letter sheds a little light upon the mystery. I did as you asked and hid them well.
How is the investigation going, Mr.
Please escort this. Allow me to introduce myself. My name is Sherlock Holmes. I would like to ask you a few questions.
I've already told...
Precisely, and considering your situation, it might be wise to speak with someone who is, shall we say, rather more neutral. You are a suspect in a murder case.
I know.
Could you at least...
My name is...
Well... So tell me...
Hide? What are you talking about?
I did as you asked and hid them well. Should I continue?
My letter? But the ink? That's impossible.
A touch of chemistry, nothing special.
Well, you're a smart one.
I will... That's all for now. Does the name Liam...
No, I don't know anyone by that name.
Thank you, madam. My archive. I can always consult with it if needed.
A new suspect, but this one refuses to talk. This...
How is the investigation going, Mr. Holmes?
These are the suspect's belongings. I wonder if these are connected. Now we have the proof that Nelligan's papers were indeed here. It seems that they have vanished, however.
I'm not saying another word.
Please escort this suspect for Tell me, Mr. Nelligan, what exactly were you hoping to find inside?
I was trying to find some information about my father.
I assume...
Yes. I discovered some time ago that a few of the missing securities had reappeared on the London market. These papers, they belong...
That's all for now. Well, I will see you soon.
I'm not saying...
These boots don't match the footprints. These boots... These footprints... Please escort... Tell me, Mr.
Woodman's Lee? I've never been there.
The second pair of...
Footprints? That's your proof?
Now that your presence at Woodman's Lee has been proven, would you care to explain it?
I don't remember. What would I be doing there anyway?
Now that your presence at Woodman's Lee has been proven, would you care to explain it?
I don't remember. What would I be doing there anyway?
Because you are the guard.
I'm not.
I observed your hands. They told me that you... But the most obvious clue presented itself in the...
All right, you got me.
That's all for now. Hurtley's stories are false leads. But now I know one thing. Locked. Madam.
Oh, my. Our tools are kept inside the shed that's right behind me. Here is the key to open it.
Thank you, madam. Let's see what could be hidden here. Let us see what is in this box. A bundle of letters in a woman. Hurtley and... Madam, I am aware of your affinity with Liam Hurtley.
Oh, what are you talking about?
Madam, I am aware of your affinity with Liam Hurtley.
Oh, what are you talking about?
Mrs.
My letters? I asked Liam to return them to me.
Why did Mr. Hurtley put them inside the garden shed?
I don't know. I wanted them back, but I couldn't see him not. After what?
Well...
Oh, this is terrible.
You believe...
No, I do not know. I do not know. Leave me alone, please.
Thank you, madam. I wonder if Wiggins has managed to find any sailors.
Mr. Holmes, we found the sailors from that list you gave.
Well done, Wiggins. Let me see. This is interesting. Let us review the other. This man is a harpooner, and his initials are PC. Wiggins, could you gather... Good job.
He lives in a small furnished dump of a room.
Excellent.
Thank you.
If I wish to speak to Cairns without alarm... Now I can approach Cairns and see if he recognizes... Now I can approach Cairns and see if he recognizes the pouch. Hello there.
What do you...
We've heard all about the gambling and arm wrestling here. You seem like... Suits me. I'm ready to try it.
Fine.
I'm ready to try.
Fine.
I'm ready to try again.
Fine. If you want me to take all your money. Come back later, when you can use your arms again.
I'm ready to...
Fine. You were lucky.
I'm ready.
Fine. Well, good for you, I reckon.
I'd like to...
Good wit.
Not up.
Oh, well.
Why do you say poor? You're not working?
I'm a harpooner.
A harpooner. Interesting. You've had a lot of adventures, I bet.
Of course. It's been a dozen years since I've sailed. I've seen everything. Old Wallace, damn Black Peter, Great Roger. We sailed to the Cape of Good Hope.
Black Peter, you say? I've heard rumours about that one.
He was the worst of them all. He was a liar, and violent too, swinging those fists of his around. He was a tyrant, and not much of a captain. At least, not as good as Great.
I see. Yeah.
But you ain't heard the worst.
Tell me, and let's have another drink.
It was in 1883 that it happened. The August of that year. One evening, we saw a little craft that had been blown north. There was only... The crew must have thought that she had foundered, and they made for the Norway.
And who...
I dunno. During the crossing, he and the skipper enjoyed some long talks. His baggage was just a tin box.
That's...
Aye, even stranger.
You know what happened, don't you?
I do. I saw the skipper tie his heels and push him over the rail in the middle of my watch on that dark night. 2 days before we sighted the Shetland lights.
Black...
Aye. Those that know him wouldn't be surprised to hear it.
Of course. Back in a second.
I'll be here.
Here it is. Have you got any tobacco?
Nah, I lost my pouch. I don't know where. Wait a minute. What's this?
Oh, is this...
Well, it is.
Well, I have to go now. I know a captain who's planning an expedition to Cape Cod. Captain Ahab's his name. He commanded the Pequod. He might need good heart.
Maybe.
I'm done here. It's time to leave.
You met Patrick Cairns, the harpoon.
Leave me alone, please.
How was he?
I'm not saying another word.
What am I doing? What am I doing here?
If you wouldn't mind, Mr. Holmes.
As I informed you,
Why bring me here?
that would be futile, as he will...
Oh, well, if this is your idea of humour...
No, I just heard the front door. Prepare yourself.
Good day, gentlemen. A young lad gave me a note from Captain Ahab. Am I at the right address?
Indeed, it is the correct address. But in place of your captain, may I present to you Inspector Lestrade of Scotland Yard?
That means...
It means, my friend, that you are arrested for the murder of Black Peter.
What? What? A trap? You think you can take me?
Here now. We'll have none of that.
And I say that we will.
Are you able to stand?
Oh, my jaw. Gore. He took me by surprise, Mr. Holmes. Otherwise, he would have seen what I'm capable of. Oh.
Yes, he was... It was remarkable.
And you practice boxing, I know. Yes.
Of course, Inspector.
This trip to the countryside will be good for you, Holmes. As your friend and your doctor, I really do recommend that you give yourself a complete change of scene. Fresh air, brisk walks, bird watching, chopping wood.
Sounds intolerable. I mean, certainly it sounds delightful.
But you haven't yet told me who your friend is, the one we're going to visit.
He is a bee lover.
A bee lover? Do you mean that he keeps bees? That must be Mrs. Hudson, bringing the warm cloth that I requested.